All right, hi guys. We're going to be going over Fundamental 4 in the 7 fundamentals. So Fundamental 4, this is called the value and the free gift. So essentially, this is what your crowd came for. They stopped shopping, they moved their carts out of the way for you, they're set up against your table, nice and cozy, and they've understood that there's something extra, so they're going to stay. So it's time to give your crowd what they came for. Now in Fundamental 4, we're really going to highlight 3 different qualities about this first item that you're handing out. Again, we're not simply handing them out. That's not what marketing is. Our job is to really paint the picture of why this is a valuable product for them. Okay, so we're going to break that down into 3 categories. Number 1, pre-value. Number 2, value. And number 3, the post-value. Starting with pre-value, I'm normally going to say that this item is not typically sold in the retailer they're at. It's normally $5 each. Today it's free, so I'm going to highlight a dollar amount with it. Nothing crazy, but it's $5. And lastly, I'm going to associate it with a higher end store, just to add a little bit more value. So for example, you can do this with any free item you use. I'm going to use the crystal lens cloth as the example. Okay guys, so your first item here, this is not normally sold in Walmart. They're normally $5 each, but today they're going to be free. I hope that's okay with everyone. Does everyone here know Bed Bath & Beyond? Great. You guys can actually find these over there too. Done. So I'm not overselling this product to them, but I'm being very factual and adding a lot of high value terms to it. Okay, so that's pre-value. Next up is going to be your value. This is where you're actually pulling the free gift out for the first time. It's their first time seeing it, and you're going to really highlight some uses so that they can find a use for their free item. So typically I'm going to say, again, a couple of higher end uses. I'm going to explain what the product is, and I'm holding it next to my face. So guys, your first item today is a microfiber professional polisher. Most people use these to clean their higher end jewelry and electronics. They work great on glasses and cell phone screens too. And if you read really close here, they're actually machine washable. So don't throw these away, you can wash them. Done, okay? So I've highlighted what the product is and given 4 or 5 or 6 different uses that they can use it for at home. Again, I'm not trying to oversell this. I'm really just painting the picture of how it's useful. And then lastly, I'm gonna wrap this up with a post value. Post value, very simple. You're reiterating the pre-value that you said at the beginning. Again, we understand people typically only hear about half of what comes out of our mouth. So just to be safe, we're gonna repeat it again, just to add a little bit more value at the end. So post value. Again, guys, normally these are $5. Today, every one of you gets one for free. And you cannot normally find these at Walmart. So go ahead, squeeze on in, stick a hand in the air. I'll start handing these out, and I'm gonna start handing out the free items. Okay, post value, very simple. Now lastly, to wrap things up in Fundamental 4, handing out the free gifts. I see this kill impulse all the time. Okay, while you're handing out the free gifts, the free items, 2 things that you have to do. Number 1, you have to hand out your free items in a random order. You do not want to just go simply down the line. Number 1, that kills impulse for the last in line. And number 2, it's just very predictable. No one's going to keep their hand up. There's no real excitement there. So when I'm handing things out, it's going to be very random. I'm going to make sure hands are up and I'm not overreaching to hand anything out. Again, I'm in control here. So I'm handing things out. As I'm handing them out, I don't want about 30 seconds of silence. That could kill a lot of impulse. Again, silence does kill impulse. So I'm going to be talking while I'm handing them out. What am I talking about? I'm going to be repeating Fundamental 3, which is the ticket and contract. So I'm reiterating that. Again, like I said before, people hear about half of what we say, and that's really going to, again, obligate them to stay and make them feel special. Just to be safe, I'm going to repeat that the entire time I'm handing out these free items to make sure nobody is leaving while I'm handing these out. Okay, so for example, this is the first item. We're going to be handing out the next item here. Make sure you hold on to it. Walmart does have something extra. Again, this is the first item. We're going to move on to your next item here. I do that again and again and again until they're completely handed out. I don't care if you have 50 people, keep talking about Fundamental 3 while you're handing out the free gifts.